was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon the cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight o'er the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the olden door. He'd a French cocked hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin, a coat of claret velvet, and breeches of brown tow skin. They fitted with never a wrinkle. His boots were up to the thigh, and he rolled with a jeweled twinkle, his pistol butts a twinkle, his saber hilt a twinkle under the jeweled sky. Over the cobbles he clattered and clashed in the darkened yard, and he tapped with his whip on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. He whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter? Yes, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark love knot into her long black hair. One kiss, my bonny sweetheart, I'm after a prize tonight, and I shall be back with the yellow gold before the morning light. Yet if they press me sharply and harry me through the day, then look for me by the moonlight, watch for me by the moonlight. I'll come to thee by the moonlight, though hell should bar the way. Rose upright in his stirrups, he scarce could reach her hand, but she loosened her hair in the casement, his face burnt like a brand, as the black cascade of perfume came tumbling over his breast, and he kissed its waves in the moonlight, oh sweet black waves in the moonlight. Then he tugged at his rein in the moonlight and galloped away to the west. He did not come in the dawning, he did not come at noon, and out of the tawny sunset, before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy's ribbon, looping the purple moor, a red-coat troop came marching, marching, marching. King George's men came marching up to the olden door. They said no word to the landlord, they drank his ale instead, but they gagged his daughter and bound her to the foot of her narrow bed. Two of them knelt at the casement with muskets at their side. There was death at every window and hell at one dark window, for better to see through the casement the road that he would ride. They tied her up to attention with many a sniggering jest. They had bound a musket beside her with the barrel beneath her breast. Now keep good watch, and they kissed her, and she heard the dead man say, look for me by the moonlight, watch for me by the moonlight. I'll come to thee by the moonlight, though hell should bar the way. She twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till their fingers were wet with her own blood. They stretched and strained in the moonlight, and the hours crawled by like years, till now on the stroke of midnight, cold on the stroke of midnight, the tip of one finger touched it, the trigger release was heard. Tut-a-lot, had they heard it, the horses were ringing clear. Tut-a-lot, in the distance, were they deaf that they did not hear? Down the ribbon of moonlight, o'er the brow of the hill, the highwayman came riding. The redcoats looked to the priming, she stood up straight and stared. Tut-a-lot in the frosty silence, tut-a-lot in the echoing night. Near he came and near, her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment, she drew one last deep breath, and her finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warmed him with her death. He turned and spurred to the west. He did not know she stood, bowed with her head o'er the musket, drenched with her own red blood. Not till the dawn he heard it, his face grew gray to hear how best the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there. Back he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky, with the white road smoking behind him and his saber brandished high. Blood red were the spurs in the golden noon, wine red was his velvet coat, when they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway, and he lay in his blood on the highway with a bunch of lace at his throat. In the still of a winter's night, they say, when the wind's in the trees, when the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon the cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight o'er the purple moor, the highwayman comes riding. The highwayman comes riding up to the olden door.